Alright, Shalom Israel, peace Israel, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Barakatah, Barak Abanawa, Yahweh Ba'Shem, Mashiach, Yahweh Shai. All praises to the Most High and His beloved Son, the God of Israel, the Father of lights, in the name and spirit of His most holy Son, Yahweh Shai, the Messiah in Christ. Alright, my name is Ayashima from the Truth or Die Camp. I want to put together a quick video, man. Me and the brother Kadash went over this this weekend, man, but the page was taken down and deleted, so the lesson was destroyed, or whatever you want to call it, taken down by YouTube or other wicked spirits crept in unawares. Whoever put the spirit on whoever took it down, it is what it is. But I'm gonna go right back through the Josephus' discourse to the Greeks concerning Hades. We're gonna hit the scriptures and see if it's scriptural, just like we did in the sit down. And basically I'm gonna try to read through this quick and keep it up under too many videos, up under an hour basically. Alright, so with that, I'm just going to proceed in the spirit of the Lord, man. It says, this is Josephus' discourse to the Greeks concerning Hades. It's an extract out of it, actually. Alright, it says this: but as to Hades, wherein the souls of the righteous and unrighteous are detained, it is necessary to speak of it. Hades is a place in the world not regularly finished, a subterraneous region wherein the light of this world does not shine. Alright, that's why in the scriptures it's known as the bottomless pit. Alright, because the word pit, you can go to second edges, the word pit does mean land. Alright, but he's saying it's a subterraneous region. Alright, that's why it's known as the bottomless pit in the scriptures. It ain't talking about Europe. Alright, it goes on to say this. It says, from which circumstance that in this region the light does not shine. It cannot but be, there must be in it perpetual darkness. This region is allotted as a place of custody for souls, in which angels are appointed as guardians to them, who distribute to them temporary punishments agreeable to everyone's behavior and manners. In this region, there is a certain place set apart as a lake of unquenchable fire, whereunto we suppose that no one hath hitherto been cast, but is prepared for a day aforementioned by God, in which one righteous sentence shall be deservedly passed upon all men, when the unjust of those that have been disobedient, it says, and those that have been disobedient to God, and have given honor to such idols as we have been, which have been the vain operations of the hands of men, as to God himself shall be adjudged to this everlasting punishment. Alright, first thing, we're going to see if there's anything in the scriptures about this unquenchable lake, to see if Josephus is going on or going off. Alright, this is Revelation 20. And we're going to start at verse 10. It says this: and the devil that deceived them was cast into the lake of fire and brimstone, where the beast and the false prophet are, and shall be tormented day and night forever and ever. Alright, so this place that the devil and the false prophet and the beast is going is this same lake that Josephus is talking about. It says, skipping down to verse 14, it says, and death and hell were cast into the lake of fire. This is the second death. So the book of Revelation right there speaks about this same unquenchable lake. Alright, reading on, it says this: as having been the causes of defilement, while the just shall obtain an incorruptible and never fading kingdom. These are now indeed confined in Hades, but not in the same place wherein the just are confined. It says, for there is one descent into this region, at whose gates we believe. See that? He says, we believe there stand an archangel with the host. Alright? Because Josephus is trying to put this thing into words to where, you know, you can understand it as a human being in person. But this domain of souls or whatever, we can't fathom it here on the physical plane or while we live in life. So he's going to try to put it into words, because this is 1 Corinthians 13 and 9. It says, for we know in part and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, then that which is in part shall be done away. All right, so we can only see this place in part and describe this place in part. So Josephus is making an attempt. He's going to prophesy in part right here to try to tell you about it so you can understand this place a little bit better. All right, it says, which gate, when those pass through, are conducted down by the angels appointed over souls. They do not go the same way, but the just are guided to the right hand and are led with hymns sung by the angels appointed over that place unto a region of light, in which the just have dwelt from the beginning of the world. Not constrained by necessity, but ever enjoying the prospect of good things they see, and rejoice in the expectation of those new employments which will be peculiar to every one of them, and esteeming those things beyond what we have here, with whom there is no place of toil, no burning heat, no piercing cold, nor any other briars there, but the countenance of the fathers and of the just, which they see always, smiles upon them, while they wait for that rest and eternal new life in heaven, which is to succeed this region. This place we call the bosom of Abraham. All right, now let's filter through the scriptures real quick to see if Josephus is just talking out of his mind. First, we're going to go to Hebrews chapter 11. It says this, Hebrews chapter 11 and 13, it says, these all died in faith, not having received the promises, but having seen them afar off, and were persuaded of them, and embraced them, and confessed that they were strangers and pilgrims on the earth. Right, because they knew something else was coming. It says this, for they that say such things declare plainly that they seek a country. And truly, if they had been mindful of that country from whence they came out, they might have had opportunity to have returned. But now they desire a better country, that is a heavenly. Wherefore God is not ashamed to be called their God. He had prepared for them a city. See that? And that city is talking about this. This is Revelation 21:1. It says, and I saw a new heaven and a new earth. For the first heaven and the first earth were passed away, and there was no more sea. And I, John, saw the holy city, New Jerusalem, coming down from God out of heaven, prepared as a husband, prepared as a bride adorned for her husband. All right. Now, it goes on to say this. And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, behold, the tabernacle of God is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people. And God himself shall be with them, and be their God. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes, and there shall be no more death, neither sorrow, nor crying, neither shall there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away. Skipping down. This is Revelation 21 and 22. It says, and I saw no temple therein, for the Lord God Almighty and the Lamb are the temple of it. And the city had no need of the sun, neither of the moon to shine in it, for the glory of God did lighten it, and the Lamb is the light thereof. All right. And we're going to come back. Matter of fact, this is Revelation 22 and 23. And there shall be no more curse, but the throne of God and of the Lamb shall be in it, and his servants shall serve him, and they shall see his face, and his name shall be in their foreheads, and there shall be no night there, and they need no candle, neither light of the sun, for the Lord God giveth them light, and they shall reign forever and ever. All right. So that's the place, the heavenly place that the people in Abraham's bosom are desiring to see. And we're going to read about that in Luke 16, starting in verse 19. But first, we're going to read to you where the wicked goes. It says this, but as to the unjust, they are dragged by force to the left hand by the angels allotted for punishment. All right, no longer going with a good will, but as prisoners driven by violence, to whom are sent the angels appointed over them to reproach them and threaten them with their terrible looks, and to thrust them down stillward. Now those angels that are set over these souls drag them into the neighborhood of hell itself, who when they are hard by it, continually hear the noise of it, and do not stand clear of the hot vapor itself. But when they have a nearer view of this spectacle, as of the terrible and exceeding great prospect of fire, they are struck with a fearful expectation of a future judgment, and in effect punished thereby. And not only so, but